joined with Wyatt Darnell, and welcome to the first episode of the Analytical Podcast. Today we don't really have a subject. It will be multiple subjects, and we're just going to be maybe playing a game while we talk about stuff and see if you guys agree with us.
Hello. Happy to be here.
Okay, so we were talking about Panic at the Disco earlier today, earlier tonight, I guess. It's 10:45 right now at night. We were talking about our favorite albums, and what did you say yours was?
I like Death of a Bachelor. Every song on there. I can just, I rarely ever skip a song and just listen to it.
I like the old band.
Yeah.
You metagamers will get this, but Will from the Ensemble is a big Panic fan, and he likes the newer Panic compared to the old one. I think it's just because it's got more of a hip-hop than a rock vibe to it, I assume.
Didn't one of the members do something bad?
No, they accused him of doing something bad, and to be safe, he quit.
Dang. I like the old stuff too, just really have a preference.
My favorite album is, the album is called A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. I'm sure a lot of people know this already, but did you know that he got so tired of playing I Write Sentence Not Tragedies that he got pissed off at shows because people were asking him to play it?
Yeah, I would be too.
Really?
Stop. It's been so many years since that came out, and I'd be so mad.
No,
I wouldn't be so mad, but I'd be
No. He was getting angry the year the song was published. Not he's doing it now and he's getting angry. Before.
It's like spending hours on a video. You get 10 views, and then you make a silly meme video. It's 1 million views.
That happens to me all the time. I'll spend days and weeks on 10-minute long videos, and then I release a 10-second clip from the video, and that'll get more views in the long run than the actual video I worked my butt off for. It's just not fair. So, what I was talking about, because we're going to call it Rhapsody. Brendan Urie did a cover in Suicide Squad, correct? I haven't seen the movie yet. I keep trying to watch it, and then I just never do it. A lot of people got angry about it, and I listened to it.
He did it very well. I don't know what they're talking about.
Now, there's nothing against, I love his voice and stuff, but I do not think that is his music. Obviously he didn't write the song and stuff, but it just, I never go to a Panic concert and go, oh my gosh, I hope he plays Bohemian Rhapsody. I've never...
I don't think anyone does. I think it's just a nice little treat.
I know, but it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Why didn't he write his own song?
I imagine Freddie was Queen's one of his biggest probably influences, and he just wants to pay tribute to probably one of his idols. I don't know. When he performed it on the Death of a Bachelor tour, that was good. When he sang Dream On, have you seen that video? His vote, he has such a wide vocal range, he can sing everything.
I also have found in research that he overworks his voice, and he's actually ruined it over the past 10 years because of how much he sings and how much he pushes himself. Even in the song Death of a Bachelor, even though some of it's auto-tuned, a lot of it is him screaming, just trying to get it to sound good, right?
That's why in concerts he brings it down. He sings it lower. I don't know why, but
most people sing at live concerts lower.
I hear
Hitting the club up VIP, I got a fake mustache and a fake ID. I look like Wooly Willy with a really woolly willy, and I pounce a bouncer, pass by next and I flex a bouncer, wowzer. And then I can't say the rest, or I'll get demonetized. I want a Mini Cooper.
I want the Bumblebee car, the green.
The Camaro?
Yeah, but green instead of yellow.
So, have you heard of the movie that recently has been advertised? It's called Tenet.
I saw it. It doesn't interest me. a single bit.
It's not even that I like the concept of the movie. I just want to be like, I finally have seen a movie in theaters, like during the COVID stuff. It's like it's the first movie coming out in theaters in Georgia. What is your favorite Guardians movie?
I like 2, 'cause Kurt Russell's awesome.
Finally, someone who likes the second one better. Now, I've always been a sequel kind of person, and movies like...
if they're done good, but...
Yeah, if they're... Well, Shrek 2 is the best one.
Every Shrek's the best one.
The B Movie 2 is the best one. Sorry, I was talking about Seinfeld.
Halloween is my favorite, like, horror movie.
I have not seen it.
Like, Michael Myers, my boy. Like, Halloween 2, it picks up, like, a minute after the first movie. And it's just, if, like, when you want to make a good sequel, like, you should look back on that movie. Because it's a direct sequel, and it's, like, genius.
Like, the most recent horror movie I've seen was Into the Tall Grass on Netflix. Was very creepy the entire time, but there were 3 actual really scary parts about it.
I'm mad because I just can't get scared from movies anymore because I ruin it for myself.
What?
I'll, like, either, like, think of jokes about it and I'll, like, make myself laugh. I'll think of, like, wow, I wonder how they did that, and I'll get hooked on that. I'll think of, like, yo, I know that actor, and I'll start thinking of, like, who I've seen them in and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't watch horror movies. And I can't watch comedies anymore because they're all the same thing nowadays. Like, I need a good, refreshing...
Well, animated movies nowadays have took this turn into, like, old slapstick comedy, but it's all, like... Okay, one of my least favorite movies of all time is The Secret Life of Pets. I love the concept of that movie, but the fact, like, they could have just branched out so much with that movie. And the fact that they didn't is very disappointing. It just pisses me off. I've seen the second one once, and I don't plan on seeing it again, even though it is on Netflix. I hated it. I watched that instead of Spider-Man last year. And my dad wanted to see that instead for some reason. I spent my July 4th watching the worst animated sequel I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, my, like, favorite animated movie is Zootopia.
Okay, can you tell us why?
I mean, like, in 6th grade, I watched the movie, like, 7 times in a week because I had nothing to do. And I just, like, when it's just nice to have on. Like, the story's good. Like, it's a unique plot. Like, kind of unique. But the characters are good. The animation's good. Shakira, who doesn't like Shakira?
Who's that?
It's a funny joke.
No.
It's just a good, nice kids movie. Like, even
Are you saying that adults can't enjoy animation?
No, I was about to say.
Wow.
I was about to say, like, even as every year, like, I'll watch it like once a year now. And, like, as I get older, I still enjoy it.
Is it your favorite animated movie or your favorite Pixar movie? I mean, Disney movie, sorry.
It's not my favorite Disney movie, probably like animated movie.
Alright, let's talk about Pixar movies. Now, this is what pisses me off. Well, it doesn't really piss me off, it just triggers me a little bit. I think that people who think that The Incredibles is their favorite Pixar movie, they are just wrong, and they don't know what they're talking about.
I never cared for Incredibles.
Exactly.
I still don't care for Incredibles.
I like the concept, but I don't see why... Like, it's not even the first released Pixar movie. Like, I don't know how adults have this nostalgia to this movie and why it's so good. Like, Incredibles 2 was okay. The thing about The Incredibles, there's like 10 characters in the entire franchise. So it's like, you kind of have to be like, okay, one of them's the villain, I think it's that one. And if you're right, you're like, oh, okay.
Coco, never saw it.
You've never seen Coco?
Never saw Coco.
Oh my gosh, it's so... Oh.
I didn't see Inside Out either.
That's my favorite Pixar movie.
Inside Out?
No, it's not, but it's one of my favorite. It's
I
in my
really
top
wanted to
3. It's so good. Oh, I saw it in theaters. Every time, like if I see like when I had TV, like cable, and Inside Out came on, I would drop whatever I was doing just to watch it. Like, I didn't care. Well, it gets boring very easily. Like, that's how I feel like of like the Disney movies these days. Like you have a concept and it just gets overused so much.
Yeah.
You just can't enjoy it.
I have like hard times watching animated stuff nowadays.
Yeah, me
I just
too.
like to meet real people.
Well, for me,
But what
it's not even that. It's just, unless there's like dirty, sexy, dumb humor, I just can't get into it anymore.
Like comedy is like the only like movie genre I watch now. And I watch that it's so hard to find.
Yeah.
Like Key and Peele. You know Key and Peele?
Yes, I love all of their stuff.
Who was my top 5 favorite people? They're like number 3.
Okay, if anyone goes, hey, want to watch Key and Peele, I immediately am gonna go, oh my gosh, I know the perfect one. And they're like, what? And I'm like, Lauren Can't Laugh. So funny.
What's it called?
Lauren Can't Laugh.
Oh, the one where he like just moves around.
Yeah, he is like.
Yeah, and then at the end he has that scream. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can watch like I'll watch one video.
And then yeah.
And then I have to set aside everything and watch 1,000 more, even though I've seen them all 5 times.
Yeah.
They can literally be like any race, any accent, they can do everything. I don't have a favorite. There's so many.
I like the airport one. SNL definitely took it from them.
Like I used to watch SNL a lot and think they were the funniest thing ever. But then I like Key and Peele and like Nick Kroll and like just other stuff. I've been back. SNL just doesn't make me laugh anymore. When I watch like old stuff with like Will Ferrell and that, like the good stuff.
I can't. Okay, I'm a big graphics guy. Like, I can't watch the old SNL skits. Like, they can be funny, but like I like there's a ton of Jerry Seinfeld ones on there because he was on SNL for a while. I just can't, like, I've never laughed out loud at an old SNL skit. The best era, in my opinion, was the like early 2000s, like with Andy Samberg, Justin Timberlake, the kid from Transformers, like Bill Hader, and then the guy from The Campaign, one of the funniest movies of all time.
My favorite era was with Chris Farley. You got freaking Sandler. If you like graphics and stuff, do you know Tim and Eric?
Who? I don't know. I don't know.
That's the most unfortunate.
I might if I see it, but I can't think of anything right now.
OG YouTube comedy. You know Totino Boy?
No.
You know that it's
okay.
Free real estate.
Dude,
meme?
I didn't. Okay, you want to know one of the first videos I ever watched on YouTube was called?
What?
Bad lip reading. That was one of the first videos I've ever watched on YouTube, and I didn't even know YouTube existed until 2015. 10 years after it was released. I was that sheltered that I didn't even know what YouTube was, which is insane.
I started watching YouTube at like 2010, 2011.
So I was about 10 years old when I found it.
2012.
Oh my gosh, the world didn't end that year. I'm not a big conspiracy person. Like, I get that the calendar ends, yada yada yada.
2016 was the worst year. I'm going to tell you why in a second. Speaking of world ending.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not a big skeptical kind of person, but I just kind of think that it was dumb. The movie was very traumatizing. Like, I watched it when I was like 9.
I was so scared. The effects were so good, too, for that time. And I was like, bro, that looks like...
2012, the movie?
Yeah.
It's so scary. Like, I've only seen it one time just because of how scared
If I watch it again, I'll probably look... I love, like, VFX and, like, CGI and, like I want to, like, when I make movies, I want to be able to, like, do effects and stuff. Even when I was in 4th grade, I don't know what year it was, but my dad watches, like, a bunch of, like, church channels and religious stuff. That's all he watches on cheap TV.
Yeah.
And they said something about, like, the world ending, and then the news is like, there's an asteroid. I didn't say how big it was. But for, like, the better half of a year, every day it was like, okay, this is it. We're fucking done. And then it was like, on this day, it's going to hit. And so we were on vacation. And I came back, and I'm like, all right, tomorrow the asteroid's going to hit. I didn't sleep that night. I was shaking. I woke up, and I was just nothing. I would, like, go to school and tell all my friends, guys, nice knowing you, because bye. And my dad is the most paranoid. Like, when I go to the bathroom at night, I like to step on a crack. He has to come all the way up, turn all the lights on. And so I was very scared for like half a year. This giant asteroid is going to take out the planet.
I see, the black hole thing scares me, and it doesn't make, no. It did. I never really understood why it was a meme. I mean, I get it, because the circle and shapes are funny, apparently. But, I don't know, I just didn't really understand. Like, I was kind of nervous about it, but I'm like, I mean, that's not even close right now. Because the scariest part of that movie for me is when the woman drowns at the end of the movie.
She drowned so much.
Like I still have like memories of watching it and being terrified. The movie came out in 2009.
2012 was like a good year. I had a good year in 2012.
2012 was a good year. Like, my brother was born in 2013, and I don't know, 2012 was weird. I think I would have been in second grade, I think, that year. And that was my favorite, that's my favorite grade of all time, second grade. And the Ravens, my favorite football team, won the Super Bowl that year.
I like the Ravens because their colors. Did you ever see World War Z with, like, Brad Pitt?
Okay, I hate zombie movies. And this
Does it scare you, or they're just bad?
Okay, it's like a combination of both, because you know what's going to happen. There's going to be zombies. This is the only zombie movie I've ever enjoyed. Zombieland. I have not seen the second one, but the first one was really good. Now, like, my favorite scene is when, what's his name? Bill Murray, is when they, like, accidentally kill him. Like, the guy shoots him because he thinks he's a zombie when he's just pretending. Any regrets? And Bill Murray goes, I don't know, probably Garfield. And I just died. Like, I could not stop laughing over that. Because, you know, he did the Garfield movies. But that was, like, one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. Like, I'd spend most of my time on my 3DS and watching movies on this DVD player. Because me and my grandpa would, like, go to West Virginia every year, like, 8 times a year. So, like, that's far, right? So I would just watch movies, and Garfield was on there. So I just got, like, nostalgia in Zombieland to that movie. And that is the only reason why I can enjoy Zombieland, from that one comment. And because it's got both the actors from Now You See Me, which is one of my favorite movie franchises ever.
I only know that one scene where they, like, I think it's from the second one, that card scene.
When they throw it, like, under their foot and stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was so cool when I first saw it.
And then,
like, I'll go back and watch it, like, every once in a while.
And then you just, like, are like, yeah, dude, I could do that if I tried. I could do it.
Such respect for magicians. Because I'm like, Walking Dead, it was one of my favorite shows. But, like, the classic, like, slow, like, walking zombies. But no, World War Z, zombies were, like, running and, like, scary as heck.
When the special effects are really good, it just freaks me out too much.
It's like Uncanny Valley. Like, when you, like, Polar Express, perfect example. Like, when you see an animated thing, and it's so close to reality, but it's not quite.
Oh, yeah, Polar
Express. It's like off-putting. Polar Express looks so real, but not real at the same time.
Polar Express is one of the greatest movies of all time.
I've seen it so many times.
Like, every Christmas, I'm watching it like 4 times.
I'm watching it because school made me. I'm not going to go out of my way to put that on. But we watched it like every year in school, and like sometimes like multiple times in a class. Like, one class we'd watch it, and then we go to next class, watch it again.
Oh yeah, I can't do that mess. I can't watch the same movie back to back. I could when I was little.
What's another like end of the world movie that was good?
Avengers Infinity War.
I can't remember anything in the movie. I remember that Thor was like gone for half of it. And that only thing I can remember is like everybody dying at the end.
Of Infinity War?
Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to think of what happened to that movie.
Dude, I can't think of, like, most of the scenes from Endgame, but I just, like, I'll get constant flashbacks from how good Infinity War was, and how, like, sad it made me, and all that, like, those were, like, the the best reactions ever that I got from a crowd. That was the highlight of 2018 for me. That was the best thing, in my opinion, that happened in 2018.
I didn't see Infinity War till like summer of last year.
I saw it, I think it was the day it came out, maybe. I saw it the day after it came out, I think. And then I saw Endgame the day it came out. It was so packed.
Oh, it was all me and my friends. It was like 6 other people.
Did you go the day it came out?
We went like a week after it came out.
And no one was there?
Yeah.
How was that even possible?
I don't know.
Did you go back and like see if there was a post-credit scene?
Was there a post-credit press? Cause I know we didn't. Speaking of sequels, did you like Age of Ultron?
That's one of my favorite. That actually, before Infinity War came out, I liked that one better than the first one.
Only problem was killing Quicksilver.
Yes, oh my gosh. That's my favorite scene. And
that made me like actually kind of low-key sad.
Yeah, low-key.
I liked him. I thought he was pretty cool.
Well, I didn't like his character. I don't like just how he went out was so like sick and sad. I don't know. I've always been obsessed with good heroes dying instead of unnecessary heroes dying. Like, he didn't really need to die.
If it was Hawkeye that would have died, I would have felt something a little more. Like, it was leading up to look like what was going to happen. Like, if Hawkeye died, bro.
Nah, dude, Hawkeye dies in Batman vs. Superman. I didn't see Justice League.
Justice League was garbage.
The last DC movie I've seen is Shazam. And before that, it was Batman vs. Superman. And I can't. The only Batman movie that I've like actually enjoyed watching was The Dark Knight.
Batman, I think it's either Batman Forever or I think it's Batman Forever. It's got Batman with Christopher Walken in it, and Danny DeVito, my boy.
Wait, Danny DeVito's in a Batman movie?
Yeah, he plays Penguin. I didn't know it was Danny DeVito till like a few months ago, and it blew my mind. I was like, oh my god. And then I watched the movie again. Like, it's Danny DeVito. It's my favorite one. Because it knows what it is. It's a silly Batman movie.
Is it because it's Danny DeVito? Do you only like the movie because it's Danny DeVito?
No. It was my favorite Batman movie before I knew it was Danny DeVito. Because it has so many villains, but it doesn't try to like force them onto you like so many movies do. And Michael Keaton is good. Bro, I don't know. Batman's like my second favorite superhero of all time beside Wolverine.
Why is Wolverine your favorite?
Because he's just X-Men in general is like my jam. I grew up watching the show, like the animated one, like all of them. The movies are okay. They're not anything to go on about, but the show. Ooh.
I can't watch animated superhero shows. They don't interest me, and I get bored.
I mean, I haven't watched one in years.
I get bored of them because, I mean, they can't die. Like, that's the thing about shows. Like, when it ends on a cliffhanger, like, oh my gosh, he might die. But then you scroll and you see, like, the character as the thumbnail for the next episode, and you're like, oh, okay.
Like, Wolverine's just cool. Like, I would, like, go around, like, at recess with, like, my 3 fingers. Because me and my friends would play this game, and we all loved, like, everything. So, like, I'd run around as Wolverine. My friend would run around as, like, a Pokemon trainer.
Yeah.
My other one would be, like, another game character, and we just fight each other, like, loser. Yeah. And I always called Wolverine X-Man.
What?
And I always called Darth Vader Dark Vader until, like, 4th grade. Because I thought Wolverine was, like, the main man.
So, like, they were all X-Men, but he was the X-Man.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I'm the X-Man.
Yeah, he does. He does the X thing, so he's the X-Man. My favorite... Ow. One of my favorite games as a kid, I had this thing called a leapfrog. Do you know what that is?
My brother had one for like a couple of years, and I never played it, but he played it.
That is all I played on before I got my 3DS for like, there was a Wolverine game on there, and that's how I loved, that is the only thing that I've ever watched with Wolverine in it, that is the only game I've ever played with Wolverine in it, and it's because of that reason, that is the only reason why I like Wolverine. Also the color palette. Blue and yellow, those are my colors because of my YouTube game. Those are like my least favorite colors, and I still love them, but whatever.
Yeah.
I used to hate the color yellow just because I hate the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I like hate anything I saw that was yellow. I'm like,
I'm a big fan of like every color. Every color, even if I don't like a color, it has its place somewhere. Like my favorite color is green, but green doesn't go with everything. Like I'll try to make it, but it just doesn't work.
Well, the only color that goes with any color is black.
That's why my favorite color.
You just said it was green. Liar.
Black's not a color. Animated shows, as a child, were just a jam. Like as a child,
I loved Phineas and Ferb.
I watched it because it was on. I had a good time.
I only started watching it, like actually loving the show, when I watched it on Netflix. Like I would just binge watch episodes.
Like Amazing World of Gumball, that's one of my favorite.
So I am addicted to anything Adventure Time.
Adventure Time is my favorite show in general of all time.
I never actually watched it. Like I have this nostalgia for Adventure Time, even though I never even watched the show. Like it's.
I mean, I feel the same way towards like certain stuff.
It's like just because it was on when I was a kid, I feel like I'm obligated to loving it.
Cartoon Network has some of my favorite pieces of media ever.
I like Regular Show.
Yeah, I watched Regular Show a lot when I was living with my grandmother, and it was a pretty funny show.
Well, I just like how dirty it is if you think about it. Like they're always talking about like the Mordecai is like obsessed with that red girl.
Yeah, isn't he a simp?
Yeah, he's a big simp, and his facial expressions and how he acts when she puts on like tight clothes and stuff. It's so funny because I like witness those expressions every single day, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is high school. This entire show was preparing us for horny. So thank you, Regular Show.
Everybody likes SpongeBob. Ever seen
I hate SpongeBob. I hate it.
I don't care for it.
I hate SpongeBob. I love the man. I love the creator. Rip.
Yeah.
I just don't like how popular it is. I think that's really it. Like, when popular things are so popular, it just ruins it for you.
Yeah.
That's what SpongeBob is.
I just don't care for it. Never watched it. Never wanted to watch it. Never will watch it.
Like, I mean, I watched it, but not on purpose. Like, I've never just been like, you know what? I want to watch SpongeBob today. Like, no. I've never done
when I was a kid, like, the only thing on was SpongeBob, I'd just turn off the TV and play a game or something.
I liked all the Disney shows, so, like, Wizards of Waverly Place. Like,
that's my favorite, like, non-anime. That's my second favorite show of all time.
Yeah, I watched Jessie. Like, I watched all of
those are the best.
And then, they redid it. Just like the Full House stuff. It's Fuller House.
I watched Full House at, like, hotels when I went, like, out of state.
I didn't even know it was a show until I saw Fuller House.
Fuller House is awful.
No, the first, like, 2 seasons are good. And then they ruin it. Okay, here's the thing about Fuller House. Okay, it's not really Fuller House, but it's just these old Disney movie shows in general. I cannot deal with laugh tracks. Ever. You have heard me complain about this in class, but I just can't emotionally handle it. It just, like, every time I hear the fake laughs, I just want to explode. Like, I just want to smash something. It ruins the experience of the show. There was a show 2 years ago I got hooked on. It was called The Middle.
The Middle, yeah.
And I loved it. It was my first show I ever watched that didn't have a laugh track in it that was a comedy show. And then I found The Office the same year, but later. I mean, I knew what it was, I just wasn't allowed to watch it. The problem with stuff with laugh tracks, though, is that it's like, they're made for laugh tracks. Like, if you took the laugh tracks out, it's like, it's gotta have something here. Yeah, you see.
Because these jokes aren't funny. Hate Netflix. I was watching, Sweet Life on Deck.
Oh, that was my favorite show as a kid.
That's awesome. I was watching it on Netflix. Like, I would watch it every day, like, the season on repeat.
Oh, and then they took it off. Because I had Netflix on my Wii when I was a kid. And, oh my gosh, like, the old show, and then when they remade it, it had Jessie in it. Like, it was, like, all my favorite characters.
I may be in the minority, but the Sweet Life on Deck was my favorite.
Yeah, no, I like Sweet Life on Deck better.
Yeah. But they took it off one day. I came home from school, and I'm like, oh, dang, maybe I just can't find it.
And then we all just, whoa. This might have actually been my favorite. Good Luck Charlie.
Oh, I grew up loving that.
Oh my gosh, like, I've probably seen every episode at least 5 times. My favorite episode is the episode about the Muppets, where they're like moving or whatever, and it talks about their dream house, and the Muppets just come out of nowhere and they start like singing, and it's weird. You know the Good Luck Charlie It's Christmas movie? The paintball scene in that movie is so weird. I watched it like the weekend it came out, because that weekend I went to the Smoky Mountains and I got to watch the movie as soon as I got there. Like, as soon as I got to our log cabin, it, like, came on right at 8 o'clock.
Did you see the Wizards of Waverly Place movie?
Yes. Have you seen the 24 Frames of Nick review of it? So good.
No.
So good. I love all of his stuff.
Jesse's one of those shows I would, like, watch the every season. As soon as I hit the last episode of the last season, start it over, do it all again.
Right.
Like,
have you ever seen Hatching Pete?
That doesn't sound familiar. I've watched clips of it.
And you know how he's in that movie?
Yeah.
Well, another movie came out in that era, and it was called Hatching Pete. And basically it's about where PJ from Good Luck Charlie is a chicken mascot for their school.
I totally forgot about, like, Disney XD. Did you watch, like, Lab Rats?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that too.
Elementary school has, like, 3 kids, and I'm gonna name them Chase, Adam, and Bree.
I like the show Kicking It.
Kicking It? Yeah, Kicking It was...
That?
Dang. You don't make good shows anymore.
God, yeah, dude, I'm just getting all these random flashbacks from all the shows I used to watch.
Every channel just had good stuff.
And what is it now? It's all animated bullcrap. It's all little baby crap.
I hate every show now. I hate every show.
I hate every show that's not The Office. And as I say that quote, thank you for listening to us ramble on for far too long. And expect to see content like this.